Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Today I'm making some little thank you gifts with Kinder chocolates, the Wanted to Say dies, and this super bright and beautiful 6x6 designer series paper pack. Lots of bright and beautiful designs in the pack. I have used this quite a lot. I think it's definitely my second pack, could even be my third. Love it. So that's what I'm using, and this is what I've made. So it does stand up and it fits that tiny little Kinder chocolate perfectly, and I will show you how. And then I've used, as I say, those Wanted to Say dies that you can cut the background and the sentiment. And I have popped that up, but I've actually got it really raised because I've used mini dimensionals, but I have doubled them up. Don't know if you can see that. And then I've used more of the Wanted to Say dies for these extra little embellishments. Now, I am using this for a specific purpose, so I will put another layer on the back with a little message on that as well. Okay, so let's make another one. You'll get all the measurements and the products that I've used in my blog post. There'll be a link to that in the description bar below. I'm just going to use my trimmer today. So this piece of card that I'm starting off with is 5 1/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. Okay, and on the long side, I want to score that, so I'm getting that cutting blade right out of the way. Score that at 1/2 inch, then at 1 inch. Make sure I've got that right at 1 inch. Pop that down. 1 3/4 inches. And 2 1/4 inches. There is no scoring on the short side. Okay. However, whilst I've got my trimmer here, let's just do the cutting of the designer series paper. So I'm using Berry Burst for this one, so I want to use this half of the designer series paper, and half is exactly what I need. I need 3 inches wide. Okay, so I can use that one for another one. And then I want the top piece to be 2 3/8 of an inch. Then my next piece I want to be 1/2 inch, but actually I'm going to do just a smidge under a 1/2 inch, not even a 1/16 under. I'm going to get my blade down to the bottom there, just tiny bit shy of that 1/2 inch. Okay, and then my next piece I want to be 5/8 of an inch. Okay. Let's move that. 5/8. There we go. Okay. So we have those pieces in that order. This is super quick and simple to do. So great if you're having to do lots of little thank yous. So just burnishing those score lines as normal, and then taking off a tiny little wedge on that bottom piece there, just so that it folds a little bit more neatly. Okay, so this is going to fold up like so. So I want to have my first piece of the designer series paper that I cut on there. And It's a tiny bit longer than it needs to be. Sorry, that way. But it's just so that you don't see the join at that place there. So I'm just making sure I've got an even border those two sides there, and I say that will actually cover up that bit just a tiny little bit. Okay, so I found the best way to do the next stage is to actually add my chocolate bar in. Now it's going to go in the other way. Right, so you've got this wider part and two narrower parts. That's the bit that the chocolate's going to sit in. Okay, I'm adding some glue along there, and normally what I would do is bring that bit over, but on this I actually want it to be as tight as possible, so I've just rolled it round. Okay, so as you can see, you can't see the edge of that designer series paper. Give that a moment. Then we've got the just a smidge under 1/2 inch, and that's why I've got just a tiny smidge under, because if I did 1/2 inch that would definitely go over the edge there. I want it to look continuous as much as I possibly can. Okay, so a little bit of glue along there, and again I'm just making sure that the ends of this piece match up with the side on there. Okay. And then the last piece goes on the front and is butted right up to the top, again lining up the ends. So you've got a gap along the bottom that mirrors the gap around the side and at the top. So definitely wet glue, my preferred glue anyway, but it just means that you can get that sliding around to make that look as continuous as you possibly can on there. That's the construction. We need a little bit of decoration, obviously. So I have got a piece of white card with the background die, a piece of berry burst for the You're Too Kind, and then I have some silver foil. Love that silver foil has returned into the fold. However, I don't know what I've done with the die. There it is. Didn't tape that one down. So yes, it's nice to have silver foil back in the catalogue. I think it's slightly duller than the previous one. I might have some scraps of the previous one left. I will try and dig it out some point and compare it, but I do like that it's not too blingy. It's not like mirror card. It's just too in your face for me, to be perfectly honest. So yes, I'm quite glad that we've got silver foil back as well as our gold foil still being around, because I've missed it. So a little bit of die cutting now. Let me just bring in my machine. Just about enough room to do this. So that one and that one, and then I'll just pop this on here like so, and then got my other plate on the top and wind that through. All the way. Done with those two. But I need to take that off and that off. Get rid of those little bits. I'll go in the bin eventually, or they'll get hoovered up. And then I need another one of these. So let's just pop that in, that on, and then run that through as well. And there we have it. That thought it would stay on there. A bit of gentle persuasion. There we go. Let me just get rid of this. Okay, tidied up a little. Don't need that anymore. And then I can put these dies back on my magnetic sheet. Love this set. Really delighted that it carried forward from the last catalogue to our current 2000 and oh dear, what have I done? Nothing to see here. It's fine. Phew, I thought I'd ripped the die cut. Yes, glad it's carried forward. Right, that's everything back where it should be. Let us go ahead and add some glue to these words. Now, just make sure I've got all the little bits out as well. Don't know that one pinged far. Here we go, last one. There we are. Right, so here, two kind. I have some Tombow that I have decanted into, that's got a bit of washi tape on it, into a little fine tipped bottle. Stampin' Up do have a fine tipped glue, however it doesn't dry as quickly as the Tombow multi-purpose glue, so I prefer to use this. You could obviously, if I'd thought about it in advance, put some of the adhesive sheets onto the card before I die cut it, and then you can peel the backing off and it essentially turns your die cut into a sticker. Just pop that on there, press it all down, and then do the next one. I got a cocktail stick out in case the glue splurged and I had to spread it around, and it seems to have done the trick. I have not splurged the glue and didn't need to spread it. Must remember that tip for next time. Be prepared and you won't need it. You're too kind. Right. Let's pop that cover on there and then get on with my mini dimensionals, because some of the bits are just a bit too snug for the full-size ones. Take the backing off, then grab another one and pop it on top of the first one, and continue that process. Do all the first ones first. First ones first, yeah. ones. So it does use a fair bit more dimensionals, but I really do like the effect of the double dimensionals. Let's just take those backings off. And I will try and remember to put them in the bin before they follow me around the house. No, that one. Got one on there. Need one on there. There. Sorry, can't talk and concentrate, clearly. Right. Backings off these ones. And there we are double dimensional. Pop that on at a jaunty angle. And then come back with that little pot of glue. And just add a little bit onto my stars. One at the top there. Press that all the way down, Heather. And see the best way to fit that in. That looks good to me. One there. And there we have it. Another You're Too Kind standing up, so they would make good party favours, customer thank you gifts, swaps, you name it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please do click on that subscribe button. Click the bell and get notification the next time I upload a tutorial. Until then, please do take care. Bye bye.